Psychedelic Ninja in the house.
Yes, sir. What's up, man? How
Marco.
you doing?
Good, dude. How are you?
Good, man. Blessed. It's a beautiful day. Just, you know, ready for this.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you been?
I'm doing actually a lot better since the last time I talked to you. The last few days
Yeah.
have been a little better, taking better care of myself, feeling a lot more motivated and positive today than I have in the last few days. It's been a difficult couple of weeks, but things are looking up, man. Um, where are you talking to me from? San Antonio?
Yes, sir. San Antonio, Texas.
All the way from Texas.
Yeah, it's pretty far out here.
It's amazing that the technology allows us to have this conversation. Meanwhile, documenting it on a podcast from completely different time zones.
They're like 2 hours apart,
Yeah.
and
It's funny because you're all Friday morning, and I'm like, okay, 11:30. And then you told me, okay, well, that's 1:30 our time. That's not morning at all. Whoops.
yeah. I woke up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm already late. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get ready, and I'm like, dude, I forgot the time zone. It's like, yeah.
So
But
were
yeah,
you?
man, I'm glad we're.
Go ahead.
My bad. I'm sorry. Go for it.
So were you born in San Antonio? Born and raised?
No, I'm actually from Nuevo Laredo, Mexico.
Oh,
I
really?
Yeah, we came over here for my dad actually was a coyote, which is like smuggler,
Uh huh.
whatever you want to call it. He brought me and my mom over here while she was pregnant with my brother, and I was around 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then we just ended up in a bunch of houses, random houses, that we were raised, brought up in, and until we met my godmother, which actually took us in and just showed us how it was here, what to do here.
You were bouncing around a lot as a kid?
Yeah, like did from house to house, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever would take us in, my mom didn't have any family down here. We didn't know anybody besides my dad, but he was always here, Mexico, back and forth, doing his thing. And yeah, so
That's it's such a fun fact, man. I had no idea.
yeah. Everybody everybody sees me and they're like, oh, you're white, you don't look Mexican. I'm like, no, well, um, I don't know. I guess everybody expects us to be a little darker, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you're fair skinned and it's probably like Spanish blood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I got
mom's
some
from
Spanish.
Mexico City,
Okay.
and like we have like deep roots in Mexico. Like a couple, all of our families down there. Um, but I wish I could go back. It's just I guess not a very good time now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah. I love Mexico City just based on what I've seen, pictures. I've never been. I've been down to Mexico quite a few times and like Rosarito and uh, Tijuana, but like we used to go down there for surf trips and stuff. But
Yeah,
Mexico City looks beautiful. My sister got married there.
oh,
Looks really
yeah,
cool.
it's really beautiful out there. Just yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah. So, where along the way did you find your love for plants?
I've always been or like I've always loved being around plants and nature in general, and just seeing how each plant and from plant and cactus, like all kinds of plants, just have their own characteristics, their own way of growing and forming and showing their beauty to us. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've always had plants here and there. Just it didn't really get serious till this whole before the pandemic hit, maybe like a year and a half ago, or maybe
Mhm.
2 years actually.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, it just grew, and to what it is now. And it's just you learn something new every day. You know, from being online to research to just watching your plants grow every day. It's insane.
Right. What drew you to Trichocereus? I know you got quite a bit of you got an impressive Trichocereus collection.
Oh yeah.
Whatever
I've
didn't
always
get frozen, huh?
man, that was horrible. But yeah, like I've always been into like entheogenic like plant, entheogenic plant medicines and like
Hmm.
psychoactive plants and stuff like that. I've always been drawn to that psychedelic state of mind, like, and especially plants that like can do that for us. You know what I'm saying? Like show us they're planted here for some reason, and they're here to show us what we need to see in life to progress. You know what I'm saying? And the trichoceres, like I've had one ceremony with it, and I mean, it was pretty amazing. You know, it opened me up to what I love now and everything, and just the different hybrids and like kinds there are. Like it's just, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, over the the snow we got here a couple months ago, like I had I had like a 9-year-old Bolivian torch, like taller than me, that literally
Mm,
just flopped over, froze and flopped over, and like I didn't know what to say. I was speechless, like everything just gone, you know. And I was like, oh well, but I mean, what I could save, I saved, and you know, everything's growing, everything's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't complain.
yeah, those images were devastating, man. You weren't the only one that I saw, and it just broke my heart. I was like feeling guilty even about posting my own plants that day, like the day that I first saw it. I was like, man, what can we do to help these people? And
Yeah.
everybody banded together, and I saw lots of donations go to all people all over your area. And it was so cool to see people come together like that. Like really spoke to the
Yeah,
strength of the community.
I like literally like cried because like, you know, like you put so much time and effort and love and, you know, into these plants that you watch grow in front of you. And then like when something like that happens, it's just like, wow, like, and every plant is never identical. They're all rare in their own way. Like they have their own little symmetric, like, you know, symmetry or whatever, like
Hmm.
anything, like just to makes it unique. And so I was like, I could get those plants again, but I can't get that. You can't get it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was just like, when everybody, you know what I'm saying, when you helped me out and a bunch of other growers helped me out, I was just like, wow, man, like I can't believe like these people I don't know on a personal level helped me out. Like that's love. That showed me right there about what the plant community was about. You know what I'm saying? Like what it could be, like people that don't have to help you do. You know what I'm saying? And we need more people like that in the world nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, like that would just help you without not not even blinking. Just like, okay, cool. Like, and I mean, yeah, it was just a beautiful thing, and I've never experienced that kind of love before. That's really like took my breath away, and I'm just grateful for everybody that helped out. So thank you, and thank you for
Of course.
getting this. It
I'm
was
glad.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad I could help. And Mezcala Nursery helped out as well. Vic the Prick helped out, and there was a couple other people. I apologize if I forgot who else was involved. I know you had other people obviously helping you too. And yeah, it
Yeah.
really impressed me when I saw that. I already had that feeling with the community, but I didn't see it like in action like that yet. And just seeing that there's a unique type of person that has a strong connection to nature for sure. But also they seem to be, just the loving, generous type of person. And uh, yeah, I similar to what you just said. I haven't had that kind of community in my life, or been shown the kind of love that I see happening in this, which is strange, mostly online plant community.
Hmm.
We're like all
Yeah.
connected through the internet, but at the end of the day, we're all, you know, out there caring and loving
Yeah.
for our plants and our planet.
Yeah. Like it's insane what, you know, but yeah, like just what you learn through the plant community, what you experience, the people you meet and talk to, and like their stories, and it's just it's a beautiful thing. Like you can't. It's everybody's nice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's about learning and trying to like help you out and teaching you their ways. It's just like what else can you ask for?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, we like working with plants, so I mean, it's you know we could just do that all day. I mean, I would just do that all day if I had to, if I
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
But
So bring me back to the beginning when you first, I don't know, maybe not when you were necessarily first drawn to plants, but when did you first start grabbing plants, like collecting plants?
um, so well, I started right after uh my last breakup, which was like almost like
Mm,
2 years ago. Like I've always wanted my own garden, my own, you know, my own nursery. Like I wanted to work with these plants, these sacred plants that I've always wanted to be around, you know, that I've heard
mhm.
of, that I've experienced and tried, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Right.
I for some reason I just couldn't do that with my partner at the time, I guess. But I guess it had to that had to end in order for me to be where I'm at now. And like I didn't see that back then. Nobody does, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like yeah, once that happened, like I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of lost. And it's weird that yeah, it just led me to this plant collection. Like, I just kept those the time, and maybe like I think for like a good 3 weeks, I just bought a couple plants each day, every day, and it was just like insane. And then they grew to what it was here, and then yeah, it was insane because I didn't know it was gonna get like gonna help me out in that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I
Yeah.
didn't. It took my mind off of every single thing that was breaking me down and like keeping me down. Like so
Yeah.
it was like a stress reliever, mood enhancer. Like I could literally talk to these plants and like care for them, and you didn't have to think about the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Right.
on your own. It's a meditation. That's what I always said. Like it's being around these plants. It's medicine in itself because
Yes.
they make you feel better. Like you take away your bad thoughts with just a little bit of like a little flower to just make your day go feel way better. Like make you forget about your day. Just because it's just you love these plants and you love working around them. Yeah, so it's a medicine in itself. Just being around them and um, just collecting them and learning more about them is just your love grows for it.
Yeah. So you found refuge in the plants.
Yeah, like something I have never felt before. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't think anything was gonna make me feel better. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm.
after something like that, you know what I'm saying? I was engaged in like, this and that, like, it's happening, but I felt like it wasn't my life, that I was living somebody else's life instead of what was making me happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've always wanted to do this, and it's crazy that this has happened in order for it to push me to work with the things that I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like didn't see it as a blessing, but it happened to be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Now these plants have literally provided everything that I needed. You know what I'm saying? I can go outside and like sit down, meditate with them, and like pray with them, and like just put good intent towards what I want in life and manifest it into reality. And it literally gives it to me. You know what I'm saying? I could be worried about money one day. I could just pray to them real quick. I know it sounds weird, but I could just meditate with them, pray with them, talk to them,
Doesn't sound weird to me.
and yeah, and the universe will just give it to me. Like it gives me what I need. If I needed money for my car real quick to pay my car off, like I happen to have somebody hit me up for a couple plants, and like, that'll cover it right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, wow,
Right.
like it's universe does speak to you, plants speak to you, and they help you. Once you're closer to nature and you're in tune with nature more, it you work with nature. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you connect to things, like, and it
Yeah.
gives you what you ask for.
Yeah. I identify with all of that you just said. I learned a lot about myself, and I think that it's helped me in becoming more mindful and like being present in the moment. Uh,
Yeah,
and like you said, like nothing else matters when I'm caring for my plants, you know?
yeah,
And that's so beautiful that you found that at a time where you were hurting, you
yeah,
know? And I had a similar experience too, where I was in a time of healing, and I think that they got me through that. And now I feel like I have, at the very least, I have other purposes, but at the very least, aside from all of my other purposes, I know I have that. That is a duty that I have, that I've taken on by taking these plants. I have to care for them, you know?
yeah.
So it gives me a reason to go outside at the very least every day, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a morning ritual. Like I wake up, I go outside, I greet the day, let my dogs out, go open up the greenhouses, and just it's a beautiful thing. I mean, opening the greenhouse, just seeing everything in the light, just glowing, blooming, growing. It's like wow, like it makes you feel good. It could literally burn up your day, right? As soon as you wake up, like it's really all you need. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't see it. A lot of people, that work with it will see it like that because everybody gets attached to all of their plants, and like it's a love that a lot of people get, unless you're in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. I like what somebody told me. I think it was Crazy for Cactus. He was telling me that somebody had a theory about people being able to be plant blind. So they're like going through life, but not paying attention to those
yeah,
to the natural world. You know, they're so engulfed in, and it's not to criticize them, you know, but they're so engulfed in the materialistic, you know, and
Yeah.
the go go go. And
Yeah.
uh, I've always appreciated plants and loved plants, but not like I did do now when I started building my collection with intention and realized what they did for me. When I've said this before on the podcast, and I'll say it again, like even just driving down the street, me and my lady will be driving down the street, and I'm pointing out every plant. You know,
Hmm.
like, look at that, look at that. You know, I see
Yeah.
everything now. You know, and I want to know more about it. I want to know what kind of plant is that. Even the trees. You know, it's
Yeah.
just given me a stronger connection than I'd like to think that I always felt a strong connection to nature, but something else
Yeah.
clicked, something changed. I feel like I've grown spiritually, you know, mentally, emotionally, all of that, and the plants have a big part to do with that. Um, I would like to ask you, do you feel more drawn? Because for me, I feel for some reason more like psychically drawn to the psychedelic plants more so than the other plants, and I don't know
Yeah.
what that is,
Exactly.
but I am.
Yeah. Well, it's because I guess you know everything is energy, so you can sense their energy and you're actually drawn to them because not knowing why, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just automatically drawn to these sacred plants, and that's because we are part of the sacred plants. Everything is one. Like we are all everything in this universe. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
we're drawn to what we're drawn. We like what we like. You know what I'm saying? So if if you resonate with something, like you're gonna be drawn to that. You know what I'm saying? We're electromagnetic beings. We attract and repel, and like if you attract what you want, you know what I'm saying, in life. And yeah, it's the same thing for me. I've always been drawn to psychedelic plants, and it's because that's what I feel like. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? We're just yeah.
sacred.
So it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty sacred. Like we're spiritual beings. You know what I'm saying? So we connect to what's spiritual and what other realms we're living in. Like psychedelic, like spirit realm. Like everything's just connected. You know what I'm saying? We just have to see it in different ways, and like it depends. It's all perspective on how you see things. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
it's a
it's just
divine,
medicine.
it's a divine medicine, yes. And I think it's a
Yeah.
divine connection. It speaks to like maybe the people that are more into this are much more interested in the other realms or the spiritual realms. You know what I mean? I'm drawn to that because I know that they are a gateway to that.
Hmm.
You know, and I
Yeah.
believe that the things that you have occur when you're, for lack of a better word, under the influence of these plants, this plant medicine is the stuff that's already there, you know, but it
Yeah.
taps you in to other aspects of reality that you normally can't see. So I don't think that you're tripping, you know.
Yeah.
I think that these are things that these plants were designed and they've been used for thousands of years for that very reason,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Our ancestors did it all the time. They had their own ceremonies. Like everybody, like there's yeah, they've always been around, and I feel like it's like they're planted here for us to get a view of what else is out there. You know what I'm saying? The other
Mm,
realms that we cannot access here because of we're blinded by stress, money, jobs. We're always busy, like so we don't have time to actually connect to nature and what our roots are. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who we are, and like psychedelics really do help you. I believe like uh psychedelics can heal anything if you really wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
bad trauma, like past trauma, like just mental, anything. Just it can literally fix you. It just depends on how you do it, and like you know, you just have to really work with it and see it as medicine.
Right.
Um, it's I believe as well that it's just like we're trapped in like this mindset that we have to be working in like material world. You know what I'm saying? We have to be working and doing this and that. So it's like break key to get out of this realm, you know what I'm saying, and
Mm,
like experience the higher level of consciousness that we don't get to do here because we're all of these things weigh us down. So I mean you learn more when you go up this higher ascension, you know what I'm saying, like when you go higher and um, you experience things that you wouldn't normally experience here, and then you're more open-minded to life. You're more
Mm,
open-minded to seeing things differently in different perspectives, and like listening to people, and like seeing other uh hearing other opinions as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be closed off. Like everything's a possibility. You can't just say everything's this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that help. I think psychedelics just open up your mind to a whole nother world that you wouldn't be able to get to just if you didn't have those. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't have
yes.
psychedelics, how would you would be able to experience that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I agree with you completely. As early as my teens, I found a psychic change in my personality and my level of compassion, empathy, by experimenting with psychedelics. I even so much so that I was able to rid myself of certain prejudices that I may have gotten from being domesticated by society, strong opinions that I had, like you were just saying. I became more open-minded, more compassionate, more empathetic, and I had profound experiences. Maybe I was a little too young to be doing it,
Yeah,
but yeah, and it was something that I never found myself wanting to abuse, and
yeah,
that it's something sacred, and I learned that quickly, and then they'll teach you that very quickly if you
yeah.
don't go in with it with the right intentions.
It's
They'll show
exactly what
you.
happens. Yeah,
Right.
that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Because I always, yeah, like back in the day when I started, yeah, like just like how anybody, you want to do it because it's fun and that, not knowing like that it's to a point, it's really real. You know what I'm saying? Like where I had to learn the hard way to, I had to meet the elders to tell me, hey, like take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Yeah.
is real. This is as real as it gets. I'm saying like so yeah. Eventually, like the more I got into it, like the more I experienced while going into these higher dimensions. Like you see things and that build you into the man you're supposed to be, and like um yeah, like you take it as a medicine instead of like just a random party drug or something, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
to get high off it. Like, so I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's a learning tool, you know what I'm saying? It's for the, you learn everything there is about this planet, like about everything else that's out there, like all the possibilities. And yeah, like it truly is like a medicine for everything. I always suggest it to people, you know what I'm saying? I want them to try it, but it's just like over the years, growing up, you hear bad things about psychedelics,
Right.
all this and that, they're make you go crazy, blah, you're gonna kill yourself, but it's like you just have to try it for yourself.
Yeah. Well, I really dislike the word drugs. It's a
Yeah,
stigmatized blanket term, and it goes all the way from Tylenol to prescription painkillers and benzos to psychedelic plant medicine, and
yeah,
cannabis, which just certainly does not. A lot of those substances should not fit into that blanket term. And
yeah,
I had a thought I was going to say. Oh, there is science now. Thankfully, we're at a point in our development that you're starting to see like plants like iboga, ibogaine. They
yeah,
have that available as medicine sessions with a doctor down in Mexico, even in Newport Beach, California. If you're strung out on some kind of substance, you can go via Newport Beach through this treatment center. I don't know the name. They'll take you down there, and while you're detoxing, they give you the ibogaine. And have been, I want to say, in the thousands of people that have overcame their addiction by doing ibogaine, DMT, mushrooms, and ayahuasca has been proven to help an ailment as serious and sometimes lifelong as addiction, let alone
yeah,
maybe spiritual illnesses that one of that we may have, or mental illness, anxiety, depression,
yeah,
PTSD.
yeah.
And yeah, I've experienced that with somebody that has had a lot of mental health issues and substance abuse issues, that
Hmm.
psychedelics are a game changer.
Yeah, because it's like a
100%.
huge reset button. The psychedelics are a huge reset button. Like you can literally, like, yeah, I've known people as well that are like been in jail, had like hard, like drug abuse, and like in and out of, what is it, drug classes,
Hmm.
and rehab and all that stuff. And yeah, like they went down to Peru, down to Mexico, did an ayahuasca retreat, and came back looking way better, like 10 times better than they did before they left. You know what I'm saying? Like grateful, new outlook in life, and now they're doing fine. They're doing great in life. And
Yeah.
it's just that's the power of, you know what I'm saying? You need sometimes you need to be shown that hard side of life so you can change. You know what I'm saying? Like you just it's
Right.
all in you. Everything is you are the how many factoring problems and things like you know what I'm saying? Like so you have the power to change it. Whatever you don't like, you have to change. You have the power to change it. Psychedelics help see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Uh, I see a Reiki healer, and she's like trained in 3 different shamanistic healing whatever traditions, and she told me that people that are like, you know, whether I don't know if you believe in like star seeds or whatever, it's like spiritual beings of light, people that were put here on this earth for a purpose, to spread light, and healers are actually more susceptible, in her opinion, to things like addiction. And like we either live our higher purpose, or we tend to fall into that darker. We're more susceptible to that dark
Yeah,
side, you know. And that gave me some peace, or understanding, with my compassion towards myself, because I do feel like that, you know. I do feel like I had a higher purpose, but I didn't live it, and I got caught up in this, you know, very dark thing. And it's not to excuse it, but I agree with that 100%. And I also have seen some, without the influence of any plants. So I've had some experiences with Reiki, which is something I would really like to recommend to other people that are trying to heal or on a difficult path.
yeah,
I had a conversation with my inner child. I talked to my ex-girlfriend that passed away. I had like an out of body experience, and I experienced what could only be described as like angels um, talking to me during the session, and telling
yeah,
me, you made it back. You made it back, Garrett. It was for the greater good. Now you can use your experience to help people. You're on the right path." Like very reassuring voices. And it was strange, dude, because I went in expecting it to just be like a meditation, you know.
yeah.
Um, but what I
Full on
found
trip.
was a psychedelic experience.
Yeah. Oh
uh,
yeah.
it
I
was
said
crazy.
life you have to experience these things because you might not know why it's happening to you or why you're going through it, but it always goes back and tells and you finally see it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, that's why. So that in your case, yeah, you have to go through where you have to have a hard life so you can go back and help other people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, because you need that experience to be able to help
yeah,
somebody else that's going through it.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
those
Like
make the
sometimes
best
we don't know
teachers.
a lot of people don't know their purpose here. Nobody knows the purpose here,
Yeah.
but you when you're on when you're on the right path is when you're working with what you want to do, when you start attracting and you start helping other people, and you're on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Like it might not be what you wanted to in the beginning, but I mean, it works out for the good, whether it's for you or for somebody else or to help other people. That's the universe. It's that we really can't argue with that.
Yeah. Do you identify with any particular spiritual practice, or do you?
No, I basically, I mean, I just meditate here and there, like whenever I get the chance. Um, or I'll have like my own little with a couple of friends here and there, or yeah, just basically just doing that. And I mean, I would like to get into more uh, ceremony stuff like that, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't. Right now, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like in my personal life as well. But I mean, not the bad, but it's just like a bunch of stuff that we have to do before the baby comes and stuff like that. But yeah, I want to get more into that. I want to start working with more, more meditation, more crystal healing,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like it's a lot of, I'm really like into all of those things. It's just I really don't have time with like my
Yeah.
art and like with work and
I
uh,
understand.
yeah, it's like, but I want to.
Yeah. And I mean, and it can be costly unless you have somebody that that
Hmm.
cares for you, that's willing to, because you gotta, people want to be paid for their services.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. They incorporate crystals in like Tibetan bowls, and had some pretty
Yeah,
profound experiences with like sound baths, gong
yeah, those are
meditation.
really great.
Yeah, so you come out
Sound baths are
feeling
so
like a different
yeah.
person,
Or
you
like you
know?
can fly away. You're so light. You're just
Right. Yeah, rested.
yeah,
You
it feels
feel
good.
rested
Yeah,
and
yeah.
rejuvenated.
Hmm.
Yeah. I always try to tell people, people think it's woo woo, it's kind of out there
Yeah,
and you're spacey, but these things are real. Like, I mean,
yeah,
there's too much evidence suggesting that it is, I would
yeah,
just encourage people to try it,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. But that's true because people, I mean, and people, everyone, like, there's some people at work or other places like I'll talk to about crystals and like the properties of natural healing, like crystals and like sound baths and sound bowls, and they're like, oh, that's just hippie,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and
Uh-huh.
I could just go to a chiropractor. I'm like, well, I mean, you can, that's your choice, but it's just like if you want the real healing, here it is. But I mean,
Right.
to each his own. You can't change anybody's mind. But
Yeah.
oh well, like all
I
you can
had,
do is plant seeds. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had an experience with the first time when I always believed in the power of crystals and collected them, but and this is gonna sound crazy, but whatever. Uh, I was on LSD one time and I was holding this selenite wand here to my
okay,
forehead, like this, like a fucking unicorn, right?
yeah.
And bro, I kid you not,
Download.
I felt like I had to like grab onto the ground beneath me because I
Yeah.
felt like I was gonna catapult into outer space. It was fucking crazy. And I was like,
Nice.
dude, I gave it to my friend. I was like, this thing's powerful. Get it away from me. Like freaking out, man.
I would have tried it too, man.
Right. Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in that psychedelic state and you have crystal around you, like it's energy. Everything is energy. So whether you saw that and didn't think it was real or not, it happened in another life, in another dimension, another realm.
Yeah.
It's just not here. I mean, but I mean, yeah. I mean, you probably felt. I know you felt that energy, and the energy is real. You just if you felt it. I mean, but then you felt it. It was real. Like it's
Yeah.
it's it's insane. Especially when during like your sessions, like it's pretty. Anything can be real at that in the session. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. So let's jump into some cactus. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you grow any? Well, we'll talk about plants. But do you grow any cannabis? I know you're a consumer of plant medicine cannabis.
No, I used to work
Okay.
in I used to live in San Jose in the mountains of San Jose and between
Okay.
San Jose and Santa Cruz, and we used to grow for like a personal dispensary and like a few other dispensaries
Mm,
from seed to cut down to like distribution, whatever, like sell it to different
yeah.
dispensaries. Yeah, it was amazing. Like I love working with weed, and like it's you 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 create a bond with this plant. And it's the same thing with with any plant. It's from seed to cut down, you see it grow, and you put your love and energy and time into it. And yeah, at the end, it's like rewarding. I'm saying? You get to finally taste it. Look at it. Like
Right.
it's amazing, and it makes other people happy. I'm saying? When people see stuff like that, like wow, like so your work is like it feels good.
Yeah. The fruits
But
of
I
your
would like to
labor.
get back into it. Yeah, I would like to get into it, but I don't know. It's too much. I got too much going on. And
Yeah.
yeah, one day though. I mean, I know
Yeah.
how. It's just like yeah, and in
Yeah.
Texas too. It's real. It's real. The laws are real crazy out here.
Sketchy.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, it depends where you're at too. In my side of town, there's always people like I guess snooping around or like living on drunks and like other people that are like just up to no good, running around. And it's like I don't even want to bring that back there. But,
Yeah.
oh well. But
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
I'm sure that was an incredible experience growing up there. You were living out there,
yeah.
growing outdoors,
Indoor.
indoor. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Wish I could do it again. Like, would love to work with it again. I mean, I don't know if it's actually legal here. I don't see it happening, but I mean, there's always a possibility.
Yeah. Well, there's something amazing about when you harvest the flower and you trim it up and it's ready, it's dried, and you trim it up and you have that and you look at it. I mean, there's something powerful. Obviously, the pungent smell, but I
Yeah,
I love weed. Like just looking at it,
yeah,
having it. especially in a large quantity, and looking at, of course, the plant itself when it's on the plant, that's a whole nother experience. But then the flowers,
Yeah.
something strange. I have a strange connection with cannabis as well, even though I don't consume it anymore. Well, I do in some way. I take CBD, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Even just trimming like the flower, just shaping it into the form that it's supposed to be,
right.
trimming the leaves and everything, and then it's just like another bonding moment. Everything is a bonding moment, you know what I'm saying? It's yeah,
Yeah,
like you just yeah, it's insane. It's just beautiful just seeing it just ready to go. Like
yeah.
but yeah.
Talk about a state of mindfulness, trimming weed, because you gotta make
Oh
sure you don't
yeah.
hack it,
Yeah.
and you're careful and you want to make it look right. And yeah, I loved doing
Yeah.
that.
Be tedious work and like time consuming and
Yes.
and there was one time where I think we trimmed for like 3 weeks straight, like
Oh,
day
shit.
and night, from like 7, 8 in the morning to like 2, 3 in the morning, wake up, do it all over again and just stop for breaks, and eat. And faster you do it, faster you get it done. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah. It's an art form in and of itself, trimming, and a skill set,
Yeah.
If you're fast,
Yeah.
there's demand for it. People
Yeah.
people will hire you if you're fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's for some
For sure.
reason, I was always told that, and I don't mean to make this sound like I don't know, stereotype, but I've always been told that women trim faster than men do. And that, like, I would see that all the time. They would hire a bunch of girls. I don't know why. My lady's like really good at these like tedious little things. Like, she's a sewer and she works with her
Yeah.
hands a lot. She's just really good at like detail things. And
Yeah.
that's actually something I'm not really good with, like super detailed things.
Yeah.
The skill I don't
Yeah.
have
I
for
could
some
see that.
reason.
I did work with a couple of girls that were pretty fast, but it's because they've already been in that industry for a while. So like
Mhm.
they would just go all around California, just wherever there was work, just and they would finish fast. I was like, dude, like I still got this whole bucket in here.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, pretty
That's
fun.
that's cool. What about cactus and succulents? So do you have a greenhouse?
Yeah, I have two like 6 by. I want to say they're like 6 by 6, but I mean, I'm trying to find or build like a really big greenhouse so I can just put everything in there. But
Yeah.
over here in Texas, like I guess the wood's been going up in price and it's like
Mm.
really expensive right now. Like I guess everything's going back to normal or whatever. So everybody's getting work and everybody's, wood's in demand. It's pretty crazy out here. But if not, I was just gonna look for like a big, regular greenhouse that I could just buy like $300 or something online and fit everything in there for now until I actually get it going. But I don't know. I don't know
A
what I
hoop
want to do
house?
yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
As a backup. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
just know
sure.
that I know that you have quite a bit of plants. And
Yeah.
what percentage of your plants did you lose in the freeze?
I want to say about 80% of them. Like,
Holy shit.
and these greenhouses were full. Like, I have like an outside patio garden full of tricos, and I have two greenhouses that range from everything there is on succulents to all kinds of like cacti. And they were actually covered with a tarp, two tarps, and this and that, and like nothing. A lot of it completely saved. And the only reason my tricos when like died as well because of the tarp that I held over it. Um, the snow caved in, and so all the snow got in there and like
Mm.
killed them all. So I got to save some of them, but they're really small like cuts. But yeah, what I did save, I just let dry out and went from there. Started over, repotted everything.
That's
Yeah,
terrible, man.
yeah. So I mean, but yeah, like I said, everybody helped out. Like so many people, even like random people, just send me a bunch of seeds, mellow cactus seeds, a different like San Pedro hybrid seeds. Like I even got like 40 aerial carpet seeds that I kind of want to put down already, but
Wow.
I'm not really big on sowing yet. Like I've tried it before, but I actually had a couple of lofts going already in the greenhouse, but it was kind of windy the day and rainy, and I guess the wind kind of hit it, and I like everything just like shifted, like fell. I was like,
Mm.
wow. But yeah, I really want to get into it. It's just I kind of just pay more attention to the ones I actually have and just watch their grow.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
was there a lesson in there in this loss that you found? Like, I don't know, maybe you cherish them even more if that's possible. I don't know what, like, is there
I
the silver lining?
yeah, because that's what I was trying to think about. I was like, well, why is this happening to me? I'm saying,
Right.
like, you don't, like, it's, and so I kind of figured, well, I mean, maybe because how I said, there was a time period where I was literally buying like spending maybe $100 to $200 like every day that I went to a different nursery. Because there's so many nurseries out here, and like even from here to like maybe like 45 minutes from my house, it's like really good nurseries. So I usually like have a map like on my maps, and it's like a list of all the nurseries. So I would go through every one of those nurseries, like all around like San Antonio and outside of Antonio, Austin. Like I'll make it like a day trip to go all around there, and I would spend like $400, $500 a
Wow.
day on plants. And I think the universe was just like, whoa, you gotta chill, like you gotta save your money or
Right.
something. It was telling me something. But after the freeze is when we found out that uh my girl was pregnant, that she was having
Oh
a
yeah,
baby. So I
congrats.
was like, thank you. So I kind of took it as like, whoa, like save your money, you're gonna have this blessing. But of
Mm,
course I didn't know that. So that's one way of thinking about it. So
yes.
with this loss came like a greater, thing,
Right.
a greater energy. And like, it's insane. I'm still like not fully, grasping the idea that I'm gonna be a dad, but it's just like, it's insane.
That's so beautiful, Marco. I'm so happy for you, man.
Thanks,
That,
man.
and when these types of things do happen in our lives, if we go looking for it, you can find, you can find a lesson and maybe there is a reason. I do believe that some things are fate, and other things are accidents, but I mean, that's so
Yeah,
cool that you were able to find that in there. And yeah, like it makes total sense the way you just explained it. Do you know,
because
or
things.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go for it. I was gonna say because things don't really like aren't coincidences. Things don't just happen because they have to happen. Like they're they have to happen like that because whether we like it or not, because it shifts our direction in life to where we have to be. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we have to go through these hard things to go certain ways to make us stronger, to make us see different views in life, or like see it a different way. And like most people nowadays just want to be like mad about things. Like they don't want to see the good or why it would be happening to
Right.
them. So everyone's just like, 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 oh, this messed up. Like, I don't know why it's happening to me. Or maybe it's you did something wrong. Like maybe there's always a lesson in something. And so whether it was good or bad, it just happens to you because it has to happen to you. Because you need to get to where you got to go.
Yeah, that's something I learned recently in this healing journey I'm on now, is to be grateful for all of it, dark, good, bad, whatever it is, my mistakes,
Yeah.
things that I did,
Embrace
things
it.
that
It's
happened.
part
Yeah,
of you. You have to embrace it. I mean, it's what makes you. You're just take it and go. You can't do anything about it. You can't change the past. You can't look forward for the future because there's only now. You know what I'm saying? That this
right,
is the only moment we got. We can't do anything about the future. You know what I'm saying? We can't worry about what's gonna happen because all you're gonna do is let yourself down. Maybe set expectations or something. Like
mm,
just live in the moment. Like it's easier said than done, but I mean, there's nothing we can do. Just be in be in the now.
a great place to start would be planting, I think, you know.
Yeah,
So I
that's
know
for
you got some
yeah.
collector cacti over there too. Do you have some? So what would you say your favorite cactus is? Do you have one?
Oh, uh, I don't know. That's kind of a hard question, but I mean, I do like all varieties, all like kinds. I don't know. I
What do you
do
have the
like
most of?
I have a couple euphorbias, couple loft varieties. I do like trichoceres, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really can't just pick one. It's pretty hard because it's like, yeah, I just can't choose. Like
Yeah,
it's you look at one and you're like, oh, well, look at this one. I mean, yeah, it's just I don't know.
yeah.
But I have
What?
a little bit of everything. Like yeah.
Yeah.
I do like Mirtillo though. I do like I think it might be one of my favorite, maybe like a Mirtillo cactus or like the crested elite or something. Like it's just anything that's blue, like has that blue hue, like
Right.
just oh man, like it just catches my eye and it just makes me want it like so bad. It's like I don't know.
No, yeah, I
Yeah,
relate to that, man. Something about the blue hue with cacti that like really draws me in. If you look at what I have, the majority I have of my plants have some kind of blue tint to them. Uh,
yeah.
I love when like a tricho gets really blue, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Most
Yeah, I like
definitely.
myrtillos too. I don't have quite very many. I think I only have like one, but I would like to get some more. I saw a really beautiful crested one today. I know you have like that. What is that rainbow one called? That's crested. It's like rainbow color kind
Rainbow
of.
Chris.
It's a Myrtillo,
Uh,
but it's like multicolor. I told you I was
oh
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah, yeah.
one of those.
That's the elite. Yeah, yeah. I have that one there. It was like orange and blue and like green. I was like, wow, like it was crazy. That's when during the winter. That was I had them inside. I brought like most of my lofts I saved because I literally went out and bought a heat mat and a lamp to put them during the winter. Put them inside in my room, and I have no room in my room like at all now. Like I have all my artwork in there, all my like everything like that I own is in there. So yeah, like I made a space for this little heat mat and like LED lamp and just put all my rare ones down there. Like it's all my lofts basically. Everything else I just but yeah, like I love Myrtillo. I had huge Myrtillo crests that were like 8 years old already,
Mm,
like huge, and like they had like yeah, they were amazing, and they just didn't make it. I saved a couple of cuts, but I mean it's not the same, you know.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah,
You
I
know, you
mean if
gave you gave me my first love, I believe. Yes, you
oh
did.
nice,
We traded. We traded, and that was my
uh-huh.
first one. And now I only have I have like I don't know 4 in one pot, and then I have like this one
That
that's
new
like a
fry kai
mom.
you got, where
Huh?
did you get that new fry kai, right?
This is yeah, super white. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks so good.
yeah,
I was
it's
like,
beautiful.
damn.
I'm very drawn to those plants.
Yeah.
Always have been. Even like as a kid, I would always research those and San Pedro's. And
Hmm.
yeah, if I had to choose, like if I was only stuck with one type of plant, it'd be those two. If I was stuck with two
Yeah.
types of plants, it would be those two for sure. And I'm
Yeah, for
trying
sure.
want to continue building that collection, but it's expensive. It's an
Yeah.
expensive habit.
Oh yeah, it is. I always said like yeah, like in those 3 weeks where I was going back and forth like buying plants, I spent at least a couple of grand. Like I don't know, it was insane. Where I was like, dude, I could have done something. I could have. Well, it's not like you could fly anywhere, like go anywhere at that time. You know, it was like the beginning of COVID or whatever. But yeah, it was insane. And I was like, well, I mean, I could be spending it on other things that aren't good for me, but I mean, at least I'm doing it on this. You know what I'm saying? I'm building
Right.
what I've always wanted to do and work with. You know,
Yeah.
so I didn't see it as a bad thing. I mean,
Yeah. I tell
plants can
myself
be
the
bad.
same thing. I tell myself the
Yeah,
same thing all the time, but I am at a point where I need to chill on my own personal because I sell, it's okay. Like I can justify it as long as I think I can actually get rid of it. But I've got a family and I got 2 kids depending on me, and um, I can get caught up into bad spending habits and stuff. So I've been trying to be more mindful about that lately. Um,
yeah.
but I would like to hear about your artwork. Can you tell me about a little bit about your artwork? Where did that start? You have some amazing paintings,
Uh,
man.
oh, thank you. Where it always started, I've always been into like other worlds, alien worlds. You know,
Mm,
aliens, portals. It's like so I just paired them with psychedelics, and I would have these visions or like dreams or like trips or ideas during tripping, and like I would either start them while I'm tripping or like write them down and go from there. But like yeah, I've always felt like you know using your imagination, you can actually travel to like other places. You know what I'm saying? And that's a
mhm.
way of traveling. You know what I'm saying? Whether you see it like that or not, like it's just um. So I just it started like that. Like but I started because when I was younger, we were house to house. We didn't have any cable and that. So all I had was PBS, which is like where Bob Ross would come on.
Yeah.
So I would just sit there and watch Bob Ross. I remember just eating my fruit, watching Bob Ross, and then, eventually that's how I learned how to
Yeah.
do most like landscapes and stuff like that. But
Uh-huh.
I've always been drawn to the desert and what the desert brings and how beautiful and deadly the desert can be because it's like the best of both worlds.
Mm,
but it's like, and the things that happen in deserts and the plants you find in deserts, like everything about the desert is
yeah,
just intriguing.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I've always just loved desert as well, psychedelics, painting, and then I've always loved cactus as well. So I mean, it's just everything I love is incorporated in one.
Right.
So every painting is literally like a place I want to be at, or something I envision, or something that in another world, because it doesn't have, nothing has to make sense. Something paintings don't have to make sense. So this could, you could have anything in like a certain thing. So I just, anything lives in those worlds. But yeah, like it just, I'm trying to get more in, I'm trying to get back into that more. It's just I've been slacking a lot, and I have a bunch of orders, like a bunch of pots I still got to like do,
Mm.
and paintings and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been raining like the last couple of days, but lately it's been like the last 2 days it's been sunny. Got to get back on that. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. Like every painting, like I mean, I could do a painting in like a day or like in a couple hours if I really
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, but I kind of take a couple of days because I don't want to force one idea on one thing, and then I kind of won't like it. It feels forced. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I just like to, yeah, yeah, it's insane.
That makes sense. It has to be at your own pace and it has to feel right and natural. And yeah, I could totally understand that. And that's why maybe some art that is sold on a mass level or created on a mass level can lose some of its like touch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the expression gets lost in it. And it sounds like
Hmm.
you're expressing like your desires and your dreams and like manifesting it onto a canvas with your paint,
Yeah.
your brush. And that's
Yeah.
just so cool.
Yeah. I'm not really good at drawing or sketching, so
Mm,
like with pencil or pen or marker or whatever. But when it comes down to a paint and a brush, like I can create with no hesitation. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I can paint better than draw better. But like, I mean, of course I sketch here and there, but yeah, it just depends on what I really want to do or what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling. And the colors come into like play, like what colors I want to use, what colors mean to me. Like, yeah, it's just like, it's insane. So I have to get in that mode, get in my room, set everything up around me, like make sure I'm not going anywhere. I lock the door, turn
yeah.
my phone off, airplane mode, just have some music on. That's it. Like, because I hate that when I'm painting, like I'm always getting calls constantly, like, so it
Mm.
kind of distracts me. So I just come shut out the world and get into that zone.
That's
But yeah,
beautiful. It's an escape.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
The f-
that's why I've always like, uh, that's why I always either put portals or like a pyramid or like, because in that world, like that portal that's in that painting, like I'm coming out through there, I'm showing you what that world is through that portal, or I'm showing you this pyramid because that's me. Like pyramid symbolizes like the highest level of consciousness you can achieve
mm,
in this plane. So that's me in that painting, like 3 points, mind, body, and soul, and that's what I put into my paintings. So I
mm,
always incorporate that. I always incorporate sacred medicine, which is the cactus, San Pedro, like peyote, like what
mhm.
are what we belong to. I'm saying mushrooms, like all of that, like, and then stars, stargate symbols, like eyes, especially like eyes is
Yeah.
what
I've seen a lot of eyes in
you
your work.
basically, yeah, like you basically live your life through your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
and not only your eyes, but your third eye. So that single eye that you see is always going to be your third eye, like your pineal gland, your third eye, like what you see, the spiritual world, the way you see and what you take in, like spiritually, like you do it through your third eye.
Yeah.
And I just like to incorporate, so little things like that are incorporated in there, and that's everything that means to me. But yeah, like, and yeah, I've been wanting to do bigger paintings as well, like as big as me or as tall as me, but that should be coming out soon. Just bought one actually, so I'm excited to start that. But
Yeah. You could be like a muralist. Have you ever stretched your own canvas? It's fun.
no, I've always wanted to.
It's really fun.
I have a couple of friends who do that, and I would like to get into that, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. I was into painting when I was younger, but I fell out of it big time. I can't tell you the last time I painted, but I always liked graffiti, street art, those kinds of things as well. Um, but on the final topic that I'd like to talk to you about is raving. I want to
Oh
talk to you
yeah.
about dance music and dance culture.
Oh yeah.
When did you start? When did dance culture come into your life?
Uh, I've always listened to it here and there growing up. But and I went to a couple of shows here, but I didn't take it seriously. Like around, but I didn't get back into it until I want to say 2010, 2011.
Mm, mm,
No, yeah, 2010. I started getting back into it, and I was like 20, 21, or I was over 21, and like I had
mm.
never really gone out to the bars downtown or nothing like that. I had two friends finally take me to this downtown club, and like there was a DJ there, and he was playing old Tiesto, like old
I
Marvin,
love
like
trance.
old school trance, yeah.
I
And
love
then
trance.
it was it was that time era when everything was just all these new genres just coming out. So yeah, like I was just like wow, like Hardwell, all of them, like I was just like wow, like I forgot about this, you know what I'm saying? And then finally, like I ended up going to South by Southwest with a couple of friends in Austin, and it was one of Skrillex's first shows, and I didn't know that that was Skrillex. I remember him from the band, from his
Mm.
band from First to Last. But my friends like, yeah, that's him up there. I was like, what? Like that. After that, it was just like straight, like from since the start, like I haven't stopped going to shows until this whole
Yeah.
uh pandemic happened. But yeah, like
You got it in a little bit. Squeeze it in a little bit.
yeah. So uh yeah, so but yeah, I just recently went to a festival like 2 weekends ago in close to Dallas, and man, like the energy, the love, that that feel that you get into a festival of like
Mm,
interacting with people from all over the world, like that come
yes.
to this festival is just like that's what I missed. You know what I'm saying? The connection, the being with people, the trading candy,
Yes.
bracelets, like dancing till fucking sun, till the sun went down, and it was just amazing. Like I just missed the music I missed, and my favorite DJ was there, so it just made it even more fucking like perfect. So I was like, wow, like it was insane. It was something that I surely missed, but I think before the pandemic, like I think I was doing it so much that again, like I felt like it was like a lesson, like hey, like you're wasting all your money on all these
Mm,
festivals and tickets, like you kind of gotta chill, you know what I'm saying, see what's
yes.
more important, So yeah, like it's insane how that happens.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like basically, yeah, I've just been raving since then, like nonstop every weekend. Here there's shows, like there was the club that had shows on Wednesdays, and then we would party Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Hmm,
and we'll go
hmm.
from here to Austin. I was doing like 4 shows a week. I was just basically partying, going to work, and then yeah, like so in a way, I see why it had to stop for me for a little bit, to
Right.
cleanse me and like take me a different direction,
Yeah.
show me what I really needed to be, work with and stuff like that.
Yeah. In excess, it could be unhealthy for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
unless, especially if you're engaging in medicines
yeah,
or substances. Yeah, I started raving in like '06, and I used to spin hip hop. Like I grew up DJing hip hop vinyl, and when I found the rave scene, I was a kid, and I was very drawn to the drum and bass. The drum
yeah,
and bass with the MCs. That was like the first
right,
thing that struck me,
yeah,
and then I started spinning drum and bass like jungle. And as a kid, I was in there spinning raves, like underground raves in the LA rave scene and warehouses and stuff, and going out to the desert and spinning in the desert for like multiple days on end too. Like Friday would turn into Monday. And I got carried away, but there was a time before I got carried away. I didn't get carried away until about my 20s, my early 20s. But in the early days, it was all about dancing. It was all about music. It was all about passion, connecting with people. And I would consider myself somebody that felt like an outcast, growing up
yeah,
for sure.
sure,
And, I had some problems with like even being bullied, I felt like, and, not fitting in. And that's kind of where drugs came in, but more so what I found in the dance community was unconditional love and acceptance, no matter what
Yeah.
walk of life you were from, you know? So many
Hmm.
different types of people and different identities, whether that be sexual, gender, whatever, you know, people,
Yeah.
um, club kids, like candy kids, all of
Yeah.
that. And you know, people that would probably get looked at funny walking down the street, you
Yeah.
know, but just bonding and loving and cuddled up and, you know, it just the
Yeah.
experience, man, and
It's a
dancing.
whole nother world, man.
Yeah, it's a subculture, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I found refuge as a
Hmm.
teenager and into my 20s. I really felt the love and connection that I kind of feel similarly in the plant community. That community is very giving in the same way, but it can, you know, there's definitely a dark side as well. However,
Yeah.
when things were going good, and I absolutely love that, and I'm so passionate about house music and techno. I love minimal techno. I love drum and bass. I like other kinds of bass music as well, and you know, I still DJ from time to time, and yeah, I'm just so stoked to meet somebody that you like. We're cut from the same cloth, and we have so many similarities, you know. And I really appreciate you, man. I've really enjoyed this conversation. It's felt very
Yeah.
natural. Like I don't have to try, and
Yeah.
it's flowed really well.
Yeah, man. It was totally organic. Just happens. Nothing like
Right.
that's what happened. We're energy. We're the same. We vibe off each other, and that's all that matters. It just goes from there. Takes a life on its own.
Yeah, man. I find the
Yeah.
conversations that where I'm doing less planning to usually go better, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
For
but this is we covered every topic that I wanted to cover,
sure.
and like you said, organically. Um, you know, I hope we can do this again. I feel like we have a lot to talk about, man.
Oh yeah. There's always so many other things we can talk about.
Right, or we can even go deeper into some of these other topics. And also, Marco, we not only did we cover every topic I wanted to talk about today, but we also covered every topic that I wanted this podcast to be. Every
Yeah.
single one of them, man. So thank you so much for
Yeah,
participating in this
man.
project of mine, and you know, I'm very grateful for you.
Thank you, man. I'm glad I could help out. I guess I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah, well, we
Glad.
broke the ice.
Nice.
Yeah, and thank you for the plants that you've provided me as well, and the shirt and
Yeah,
stickers. I
man.
appreciate all of that. Your stickers are on my water bottle. I have a water bottle somewhere,
Nice.
REI water bottle, and it you got your stickers on there.
Yeah.
I have your pin on my members only jacket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to make more of all of those things. It's just I need to make more designs and yeah,
And
it's
tell
fun.
me,
But I
how do
want
you
to,
sell that? You sell that just via like word of mouth and Instagram, right?
yeah, yeah, and I give, yeah, usually just on Instagram. I don't really go anywhere else. I don't really want to be in anything else. I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's other things out there, but I would like to start like my at least like an Etsy or like my own website or something. My friend's working on one for like our artwork and like his shirts. He makes my shirts and like he makes his own prints and all that sort of stuff. So we're trying to get that going soon. But yeah, I mean, it's coming soon. But
Yeah. And you sell plants too, here and there too, as well, right?
yeah, here and there. Right now, I'm kind of just it's all personal, I guess. Since I lost everything, I'm trying to just rebuild
Sure.
everything. But I mean, Trigo series for sure, like are gonna be enough of soon. Those are going well, stretching, growing new growth all every day.
Right. Isn't that what's so cool about Trichocereus? They fucking grow
Hmm.
so fast, man.
I have
So
so
fast
many
and
new like
multiply.
pups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everything that everything's just busting open, and it's like it's just looking at it, I just start giggling. I'm like, Dad, like there's another
Yeah.
one. Like, oh no, just like it makes me so happy just going out there and just like seeing like something, like busting open. I'm just like, oh yeah, like,
It's so weird. It's like breaking its way out of this
yeah. It's
fucking
literally like, yeah, it's literally just
the
pulling
fucking
itself out.
trip. Like, well, I'm like,
Yeah,
where did you come from in there? Like,
yeah,
how did you get here?
yeah. I have a couple. Well, I'm pretty sure they're rats, but they took a couple bites out of like some of my
Oh,
tricos, and I'm like, well, good luck. So I mean, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna
they're gonna
affect
be
them or anything, but
tripping.
yeah, I was like, I don't know how, but they've been eating at the flowers. Everything that like I have so many astrophytums, so many things that are flowering, but they don't get to flower because they eat all the flowers. Like they eat
Mm.
everything. They even bite into them. It sucks.
And I know you're not open to killing them.
No, so I'm trying to catch them and like take them down to like there's a trail, like a river trail down the street from my house, and just let them go. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, they're just hungry. They're just, they're trying
Yeah.
to live too.
Yeah. No, I appreciate
But
that
yeah,
about you, man. And it's crazy because I feel like I've gotten to know you even before this. You know,
yeah. I don't
because
remember how we started like
I'm not sure. I'm not really
talking.
sure. I think
I think I asked you maybe about I asked you about your cuts or something.
yeah, there was that. I think I had some cuts, but I believe originally I bought a cut from you. I have one of your Bolivian torches, and
Oh, that's how it
it's
started. Yeah, yeah.
fucking gorgeous, dude. I
Oh,
love
that
I
was a
love that
huge piece too.
green, and it's like it's flawless too. That piece is flawless, man.
Yeah,
And
that
yeah,
one
it's
was
got some new
amazing.
growth. It's really beautiful. I'm super stoked on that piece, man.
Yeah,
I will always
that was
cherish
a
it.
thick piece.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Can't wait till it gets big, man.
dude, I know. Is it rooted yet? You know?
Yeah, it's totally rooted for sure.
Nice.
It's got some new
Yeah.
growth and stuff too. Yeah.
Dang, that's tight.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's the
your
most
cut's
concentrated, right? The Bolivian torch
the
is like one
Bolivian,
of
yeah,
yeah,
one of those, yeah.
yeah,
It's really up there in the alkaloid levels, but yeah, I have a couple of hybrids that are like yeah, they're pretty good. The cuts that I got from you are like growing it crazy. They're already flowering and like
yeah.
about to bust out soon. And they're pretty blue still. They're getting bigger too. So
Yeah, I think
I'm
once they're
excited.
like nice and settled and rooted, then they start getting that color back, because
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch that are like just now starting to get their color back from last year. And yeah, man, there's something about those cuts that I really love them. And the flowers are
Yeah,
beautiful. I got some big flowers right now that are gonna open soon. I'm hoping to try to cross pollinate, but
yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try.
yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you again, Marco. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. If everybody could please like, review, and subscribe to the podcast, that would be awesome. And hit that share button. I would really appreciate that. All right. Thank you guys. Let me hit this.